Twitter, but their posts be looking like it come from Twitter, and then they be posting. There's a joke called Atlanta Top 20. And he tried to post it and kind of make it seem like LiAngelo Ball was already signed. If y'all don't think the LiAngelo Ball already signed and y'all dumb and you living under a rock, you don't understand how the music business works. And my only thing of it is do we not know how the music business work, or do you don't understand how social media work, or you don't understand how influential athletes are? Because I think sometimes people don't, because maybe it's not your favorite player. You may not understand and still realize how influential popular athletes are, and that's why even I tell y'all all the time, when people if you feel like if Angel Reese make you feel some type of way, that means you don't watch none of these other college girls, because what she do is that's every fucking every women's college basketball team. All of them do the TikToks, all of them do the dances and do all the other shit, and that's literally all everybody and their mother been doing to the LiAngelo Ball John. So it was kind of like the music industry don't have nothing to do with none of these college kids. Like Atlantic Records not tapped into LSU's basketball team. Ain't nobody at Universal in the Bulls locker room. Ain't nobody from what record label was sitting here in the locker room with the Detroit Lions when they won the Jones. So that's why when I seen that post, I'm like, damn, am I tripping? Am I that green that I'm getting finessed by the music industry and I'm thinking this is organic, or is realistically sports is doing what sports do? Because what happened to the dude who made the Gritty? Like that became a popular dance, but somebody made that and it was it got popular from athletes first, then it transitioned to the video game, and it transitioned to other things outside of just sports. But that was a dude who used to be around LSU football players. He made that popular, and the LSU football team made it popular. And who played on that football team? The two dudes who took it to the NFL and continuously made it popular, Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Like, what are we talking about? So that's my thing, where it's like, it just was no song attached to the Gritty. So it's a little bit harder to kind of do that. But to me, I'm looking at like, what would be the difference? What's the difference between the Gritty and this LiAngelo Ball song now? Like, that to me, it's exactly the same thing. Like, there's no difference between those two things. I do want to play a clip of LSU because I said that. Yeah, here we go.
I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. I might swerve in that corner. 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 Whoa. I might swerve in that corner. I might swerve in that corner. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And the last person who is that video was, of course, Coach Kim Mulkey. And my whole thing is that's why I'm just sitting here saying, like, bro, no, this is a school who did this on their own. And then ESPN will pick it up, and then all the other women's basketball. Like, I think you don't understand the power of sports athletes. And then again, that's why even kind of tying it back into the academics Drake thing. Like, I don't necessarily know, like, maybe, like you said, am I mad only because it's LeBron James? And you might be right. I could be a little bit more angry because it's LeBron James, because I think people don't still, especially in America, realize how attached we are to sports, to your favorite athletes and how people like them. And it's just like, all of that stuff kind of go hand in hand. So it's just like, to me, when I was just like, damn, like, signed to a label, like, and let's be clear, and I kind of made me think about it like too, what if I was like, even just sitting here saying, Lil Baby, cool, yeah, he did have a #1 album, whatever the case may be, but then my thing was, me and Lo was joking about it. It was like, damn, if I was Lil Baby, how would I feel though? Like, yeah, cool, the charts wise and the number wise, yeah, okay, my joint did #1, but everybody only talking about, you dropped the whole album, and everybody last week was talking about this Jello Ball Swerve song. Like, I would probably feel some type of way. I'm gonna be honest. If I was Lil Baby, yeah, cool. The Billboard, I'm #1 on this.
4 more songs onto it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would feel some way. Me personally, if I'm a rapper, not even just if I'm Lil Baby, if I'm just a rapper in general, I probably would feel some type of way. But I think that's realistically, that's the difference between sports and just anything else. Like that group and that camaraderie and that brother. Because there was literally not a sports show you could have turned on last week, especially not an NBA joint. Did everybody and their mother didn't do it, from Charles Barkley and Shaq to every game, like shit. Fucking even the I forgot who the Bucks played, but and of course y'all know Dame Leonard rap, and I'm sure he probably felt some type of way because the dude from ESPN lied. It was matter of fact, it was SportsCenter. After it was the Bucks. Who did the Bucks play? I believe I can't remember who they played, but it don't matter. It was one of them games after the Bucks won the game. The first thing the sports and literally the first thing the dude from SportsCenter asked him was like, "Hey, from another rapper to a ball player to somebody who he's not as good as you on the basketball court, but he got him a hit record. How you feel? What's your thoughts on it?" And he kind of was like, it's cool. Like it's a, but you could tell Dame be rapping. So like if you follow any hip hop podcast, you done probably heard people tell you that Dame Leonard is probably the best rapping athlete, just period, like just ever. A lot of people will sit here and say that about Dame Leonard, but Dame ain't never had no hit. Dame can rap, but Dame ain't got no hit. So it's just a little bit different. I know it'll make you feel some type of way, but I'm sitting here saying every jump because people, of course, you want to be down. Everybody on ESPN, if you've been watching ESPN long enough since RP Stuart Scott, everybody who has worked on ESPN since Stuart Scott be trying to have their cultural moment. Like Stuart Scott's jump was effortless. When Stuart Scott was Stuart Scott, he was the only person doing it. But everybody else since Stuart Scott has always tried to find a way to have their voice hit the culture the same way. So you don't want to miss out on a trend is super hot and it was made by an athlete. Oh my God, let me hop on. Like, so they couldn't almost deny it. And I think realistically, no record label can pay for that. Like, let's be clear. Like, I think that's sometimes where you just kind of don't see it. And then I think one of the things that kind of also, and I know I caught a lick on TikTok off of this one, just the conversation on who did people actually want to see on the remix. If he opens it up and do a remix, and of course the person who originally kicked it off was Moneybagg Yo, and then right after Moneybagg Yo sent out a tweet, Lil Boosie came back with a tweet. I think most people unanimously could kind of agree with they wouldn't mind seeing Boosie on it. The Moneybagg Yo thing was kind of just like, yeah, I don't know. And then and of course on TikTok, because I sit here and said in my video was like, if I was Jello, I would probably realistically, if we talking about newer rappers, I would wait for Boss Man D-Lo before I care about Moneybagg Yo. And people was like, what do you mean? Put some respect on Moneybagg Yo. I'm like, let's be honest. The last 2 years, Moneybagg Yo ain't had a song that nobody cared about, dog. What's the last Moneybagg Yo song that niggas actually give a fuck about? What's the last Moneybagg Yo verse people actually cared about? Like, let's just, if we keep it in a buck, like, I haven't heard a Moneybagg Yo verse that was like, oh, yeah, he went crazy. Like, nigga, Boss Man D-Lo be having some Jones. He literally just dropped the Jones this Friday. What's the dude from Philly, Q7 or whatever his name is, the dude from Philly. Man, Boss Man D-Lo went crazy on that song. Like, I understand, like, if I'm Jello, you're a basketball player, Boss Man D-Lo used endless basketball punchlines. It almost damn near makes sense. And if you're talking about just that sound of the nostalgia of that song, then I get, putting Boosie, putting Juvenile on there. I even seen people say put Project Pat on there. I agree with putting any of the Hot Boys on there. That completely makes sense, especially if you heard that Juvenile verse. Like, I'm kind of still not sold on BG because I'm listening to Kodak Black put out a project. What was that? His project came up. Was it a couple of days before New Year's or right after Christmas? I can't remember. It was in between that week. It was in between Christmas and New Year's. Kodak Black put out a project, and I want to say he had Juvenile on 2 songs or BG on 2 songs. I can't remember. He had one of them on 2 songs, but the Juvenile jump, and the crazy thing is the song he had both of them on, BG verse just messed the whole entire song up. Like, Juvenile kind of sound like, because of the style of the song, it was like, all right, it was cool. Like, I could tolerate the Juvenile verse, but BG don't just sound like, bro, where are you recording that? Like, and maybe it just is literally just because where he recorded that, but every time I hear a BG verse, that's the first thing that comes to my brain. It's like, dog, where's this man recording that? Why do this sound like this? So like I said, to me, I get it. I've seen people say, oh, put Nelly on it. I wouldn't be mad at a Nelly verse. Like, if you really just want to keep it super nostalgic, but still, if you kind of talking about just you want people to kind of catch a verse and kind of run with it too, I wouldn't realistically, I put Glorilla on it. Glorilla probably would be, because of course, because she's from Memphis and he even mentioned Memphis in his verse, I would put Glow on there. Then I'm cool with whoever else you put on it. Just if you put Glorilla as the only new young person on there, and then put a bunch of older people from the South on there, I'm cool with that. I'm not mad at that. Shout out to LiAngelo Ball. He also will be performing on Rolling Loud. That's just, to me, it's tight. Like, that is the power of the internet, and I guess we can kind of almost roll that into TikTok.